Hello and welcome to my second vlog from the Birmingham 2022 Commonwealth Games. So today I travelled into Smethwick, which is where Sandwell Aquatics Centre has been built, and I went to go and speak to some local businesses about their expectations from having this facility, but also to talk to them about their concerns, what they hope to achieve from having the Birmingham Commonwealth Games coming to the region. So I spoke to various small businesses about some issues with regards to transportation, some additional infrastructure delays around drainage and other road issues. But also they shared with me their general unhappiness around potentially not being able to reap the rewards from having the games there. So in terms of trades, local trade for them as businesses. So if you go and have a wander around the venues, you'll see where all of the bus zones are located. And it seems as though that the buses are merely going to be shipping spectators and volunteers into the venues. People will then go inside, and then once they're finished, they'll be shipped out of those venues. So there doesn't seem to be any real opportunity for traders to take advantage of having these international, regional, and other local visitors coming to these areas. I'm going to be heading back to Smethwick over the coming week to go and speak to some other small businesses that I've got plans to speak to as well, and to get their perspectives and additional insights from different types of businesses that are located around the Smethwick area. Once I finished some of my interviews, I headed back into Birmingham city centre, and I spent quite a bit of time in and around the central Birmingham library, and the main mega store for the Commonwealth Games that's there. And I spoke to fans who are planning on attending events and some of the volunteers around there as well. So that was really useful, and I spent a lot of time there. And as a result, I sort of stayed around that area because I knew there was going to be some evening events taking place in Victoria Square, which is only a short walk from the library. And for that evening, that the fan site was completely set up, as they were expecting to have the Queen's baton relay returning on its final course towards the city centre, and Lenny Henry was going to be carrying the baton to that fan site. So they've got a number of different events that are planned around this fan site and other fan sites across Birmingham and the West Midlands. So this evening, in preparation for the baton coming into that area, they had a number of acts, performers, dancers, an array of musicians and performers from right across Birmingham and the West Midlands. So that was really good to see, and the area seemed to be quite busy. So Victoria Square is probably going to act a little bit differently to some of the other live sites, as it's very much open. There's not really enclosed access to that space, so it'd be interesting to see how other fan sites are similar or different to the way that Victoria Square is set up. So I'm going to be visiting other venues and other fan sites to get a picture of that during the course of the games. So yeah, it was really another productive day, and obviously tomorrow is going to be when the opening ceremony is going to be taking place at the Alexander Stadium. I haven't got tickets for the opening ceremony, so I'm going to be heading into the city centre again tomorrow to speak to some other small businesses and fans who are planning on attending the games. And that's where I'm going to be for most of the day, and I'm going to come back and watch the opening ceremony in the evening. So probably later on this week, I'm going to be heading back to other venues and other sites across Birmingham and the West Midlands. So I think by early next week, I'll be able to give you another update in terms of what I'm finding from some of those venues and other areas as well. And there's a host of other events that I'm also going to be attending as well. There's a couple of events that I'm going to be attending in specific venues, so I'll be able to give you a bit more certainly in-depth insights in terms of what those venues are like, in terms of spectators, what it's like for spectators attending there, what the fans think of their experience from the games as well. So there's lots of other things that are going to be looking at over the coming days and weeks as well. So I will speak to you perhaps early next week. We'll have another update in terms of where I'm at with my research.